Let's go, let's go. Peace, peace to the gods. I'm sharing this. Peace, peace to the gods. What's going on? My DMG Ohana is so trapped. Yo. Oh man. Lifing? Yeah. Lifing. So this week is a very special week, just like all the others. But what makes this week special is this time last year, my life was beginning to change so much that I figured it was time I would stop recording so much and just let my life be the results. Uh, I also wasn't getting the response and the stimuli that I probably wanted from my outside world. Not so much a validation thing, but I just didn't feel like anybody was on that path with me. Nor did I feel like the people in my life at the time were ready to invest into themselves in that way without seeing it done first. So I decided to just be living. Fast forward to today. Fast forward all the way a year later today. We are lifing, we are living, but I'm continuing on the challenge, the quantum jump challenge. So we're on step 8 right now. And I want to go over the past couple of weeks with you guys because I've only been live within this platform, but a couple of times. One, I want to say by week 8, this can seem very, very repetitive and almost like homework. Possibly. That's one perspective. And if you find yourself being extremely challenged to do these steps, it's a great idea. It's a great idea to mix these steps up or make it fun for yourself. How you doing? You should not wake up and have anxiety because you like, oh, I didn't do none of my steps. Or oh, I gotta do them, I gotta do what I gotta. You should never feel like that when it comes to this. This is a vibrational thing. This is a vibrational thing. We make these deposits, what I like to call deposits, because it's the foundation. It prepares us for the rest of our day. And it's quiet as kept while the rest of the world is still learning and becoming familiar with the phrase quantum jumping. We seem to have already developed the concept of what it is and made it our everyday routine. So last week, 2 weeks ago, excuse me, 2 weeks ago, in week 6, scripting was the challenge. If you're at home and you did not have access to me when I recorded this video because you're watching this 6 years later or whenever, you do not need to script every day. If you like that, be like that. But if that's not you, that's not you. What do you script about? What are you scripting about? Me? Oh man, I go straight into story mode. I will start the script off by saying I some very, very interesting stuff that I love to see play out in my life. And some of the stuff play out. A lot of the stuff play out, actually. A lot of the stuff play out. But what I do is I talk about it in a way like I'm writing in my diary. Excuse me, diary. I'm writing in my diary. When I script, I'm sitting there and I'm taking my notes as if I'm reflecting on what just happened yesterday or today or recently and what I'm about to do today. Like I talk about it like, yo, yesterday we just caught a private jet to Berlin. I had no idea that they served you French toast on private jets, but it's amazing. What's going on, tribe? And when I'm talking like this, not only when I'm writing this stuff down, when I'm scripting in this platform, like I already did it, not only am I visualizing it, but I'm becoming emotionally invested into it because I'm creating a memory, even though it didn't happen in this timeline yet. Maybe it possibly did. We are psychics. The visions that we see in our heads, sometimes we see in the present, sometimes we see in the future, sometimes we see in other dimensions. When you create a thought in your head of something happening and experiencing something, and then you become emotionally involved with it, and then you wake it up and you give it life, and then you release that out, that wasn't just it wasn't just that. It wasn't just that. That exists now. That timeline exists somewhere. That's how powerful God is. That's how great the omnipotent is. When you first started scripting, but then I was feeling natural, yes. And it's supposed to be fun. Like obviously I'm keeping it a buck with you guys. Scripting is the most used to be the most challenging part for me. And it used to be so challenging because I used to always refer to scripting as schoolwork, like writing, how they program you in elementary all the way up to high school to write essays and write this and that. Spelling. I wasn't into the spell work as I was younger. But then I learned I just wasn't writing about things that I cared about. I was writing for assignments. And even now, I'll hold off on scripting for so long. But by the time I actually get down and I'm 5 sentences in, a paragraph in, oh, it's going down. We talking about all type of stuff. So when you scripting, make it interesting to you. If talking about abundant, if talking about just affirmations is not entertaining to you, if it don't make you go, oh, that shit gold, then don't do that. Don't do that. If you gotta talk about some freaky stuff in your in your scripting because that turn you on because you're emotionally involved and you like some freaky stuff, then talk about some freaky stuff in your scripting. It's not like I'm reading it. I'm not reading about the foursome you had with your or whatever it is that you. I'm not reading that. You're reading it. You're reading it. You're creating it. You're doing the work for that. And that shit is fire. So here's the thing with scripting. We started scripting 2 weeks ago. I'm challenging you guys in week 8 to take advantage of the scripting in a different way. And I don't want to spoil you with a surprise, but just know everything has a motherfucking purpose. So if I told you I'm not even that into scripting, but scripting's in here, it serves a purpose. It serves a purpose. So this is the challenge for scripting. This isn't our challenge. This is just the challenge for scripting. Every 3 days or so, every 3 days or so, what you should do is you should write almost like a diary page, a diary story of what your life looks like. Do it like it's already happening in the now. Don't say, "Oh, I'm about to win the lottery in 6 months. I feel it." We're not. Nah, we talking about the results. So you already winning it. How'd you split up the money? Who got what? We writing like that, you know. Write about something that motivates you, that makes you feel tingly inside. Sometimes it don't even need to be stories. Sometimes you can write just affirmations. I am rich. I am omnipotent. I am sexy. I smell good. Every time I walk into the room, I get receive a compliment. You can be like that. You can get down how you want to get down in your scripting. Get down how you want to get down. So I'm challenging you every 3 days, improve your scripting. And what you'll do is after you write a script, your mirror exercise can actually be you reading your script to yourself. It's fire, right? Check this out. Me, I make my morning exercise, my rising ritual, a banger. It's a music video. I'll turn on the beat. I'll turn on the beat or I'll turn on the song I like. And instead of me saying the lyrics to the song while the beat is playing, I'll pick up one of my notes, one of my scripts, and I'll read that shit with flow. Yes. Instead of saying the Kendrick Lamar lines, I'll just read my affirmations word for word and make it fit into the flow while I'm in the mirror, mirror gazing, doing my chakra opening, my dancing, activating everything. So, scripting, stick to that because if you got about 10 pages in a couple of weeks, those 10 pages are going to be some of the most powerful things. I can't even. Them 10 pages is going to be amazing for you. Watch what we can do with those 10 pages. Talk about spell work. I got something for y'all. I got something for you. Week 7 was fake it till you make it. That's probably my favorite week. That was last week. Week 7, faking it until you make it is very, 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 very important to everybody. How are you going to be him if you not him right now? You ain't her right now. If you ain't became. In order to be, you became. So the faking it till you make it, don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Do that for an hour. What does that look like? Sometimes that look like putting on your best outfit, even though you ain't leaving the house, or even though you just going to pick up the mail. Sometimes that mean putting on your best cologne. Sometimes that mean walking a little different, using a different accent. Sometimes that mean using different words, bigger words. Being very intentional about what you say, how you say it. Sometimes it means walking different. How do you walk? Seriously, how do you walk right now? The way you walk, is that a reflection of who you are becoming? And if you don't know how you walk, look in the mirror and walk. Record yourself walking and say, does this look like who I'm becoming? If it don't, walk like that new person. Walk like that new guy. You got a new walk. For an hour. If you at work, you still a boss for an hour. I got a homegirl that's in the group tribe right now. She said she was at work and she was doing her mimicking, she was doing her faking until she make it at work. That's some boss shit. That's some bullshit. When you can fake it till you make it, even when people are around, that's that omnipotent shit right there. That's what we do. Because when you can turn that on, once I can turn on being that boss, and don't mistake boss for meaning I just own a company or a business. We got those too, but don't assume that we just talking money. We talking boss mindset. We talking boss vibration, boss activation. Whatever that means to be in charge of your life, whatever it looks like to be in charge of your life. Once you can activate being that boss, no matter who's around, and you can invoke feeling that, it's damn near real. It's damn near real. You ever go to wash your Tesla, then remember it ain't a Tesla, it's an Acura? You remember for like 3 seconds, oh yeah, this ain't it's an Acura. Oh yeah, they got an A on the front. No, it's a Tesla. That's the Tessie. It's a Tessie today. Man, the faking it till you make it is such a fun part to this. You can get on the internet and fake it till you make it. A lot of us do. A lot of us are acting right now. Hell, I'm acting right now. You're acting right now. You don't believe me? All right. All right. We'll talk about that in a later phase of the quantum jump and how everybody's acting right now. We're literally just putting on a show. For real, because no. This is a quantum jumping challenge. So y'all need to get where my mind is at right now because we a year in. So my perspectives have changed and hopefully yours are too. There's a dimension of us watching us right now. You ever feel like there was a camera on you, like there was people watching you on some Truman Show shit? Y'all ever feel that? What if the gag was we are watching ourselves? There's a dimension of us that is entertained by this because we're just making it all up. Another time. We are now in week 8. Week 8. You waited 15 minutes to get to week 8. Yo, man. Y'all ready for this? Week 8 is about to be extremely tough, but we got this. Week 8 is very, very sweet, actually. No. That's week 9. Week 9 is tough. All right, so in week 8, we are doing no TV. We do have some movies though. We do have a list of movies. Some really, really great movies, possibly TV shows as well. We're talking about shows and movies that are going to remind you the depths of who you are and what we do. Movies that are related around quantum jumping. Yeah. Looking forward to introducing some of these movies to you guys. Quantum jumping, time traveling, you know, living in love, things of that nature. We got something for everybody too. If you got Hulu, I got something for the Huluers. If you got Netflix, I got something for the Netflixers. If you got none of that, but you got 1, 2, 3 movies, or you have movie streaming networks, we got something for you too. Mm, mm. It's gonna work for everybody. It's gonna work for everybody. Week 7, kind of a chill week. It was a really, really chill week. Um, because I was faking it till I make it. It really, the till I make it part just drops. That's only for people to get what's going on. But I was in my role, I was in my character for week 7, and I'm sure everybody else was as well. Um, Sometimes you feel a little lonely. Sometimes you feel a little silly. Sometimes you thinking, why isn't this easier? Or who can I really, why don't I have like people in my physical life that I can practice this with and make it more entertaining and fulfilling? The real question is, are you willing to change in any way to experience those things? And that's a question for myself too. Am I willing to change in any way to have people in my physical experience practicing the things that I practice? I know I tried before. We're in a new world now. Am I willing to change? What am I willing to change? What am I willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to sacrifice? So in week 8, you're watching movies, you're watching TV shows. You're thinking like, okay, this is some sweet stuff. I ain't got to check in for another week. No, don't miss the program. Don't miss the idea. Go back through these whole 7 weeks of challenges and really, really see which one have you really, really grown to? What worked for you? What wasn't working for you? What felt like homework? What is a natural flow? What are you willing to sacrifice? If you are willing to make a sacrifice. And sacrifice, I don't know what sacrifice used to mean to people on this planet. Don't know. But sacrifice means this. To sacrifice is to give up something of a lower vibration or frequency to obtain something of a greater value to yourself. It's almost like the meme picture where white Jesus got the big ass teddy bear behind him, but he trying to take the small teddy bear from the little girl. Even though that shit is okay. That's sacrificing is giving up something. What can I do without that I'm doing and replace it in order to receive something that is of greater nature? Are we making sacrifices? Am I living in my truth? Am I feeling good about it? Again, if you're doing these challenges, if you made it all the way to week 8, congratulations. But if you made it this far and you don't feel good about it, like you hate think this is homework to you, this is challenge. If you all the way in week 8 and you're telling yourself stuff like, oh, I haven't been doing none of my steps because life been hard, you thinking about this, um, you're thinking, and that's not even a part of the program. You're literally thinking. You're thinking because life will be hard. Life will be fun. Life will be traumatizing. Some life will be joyful. Life will be all of these things. But if we're just doing things in our life based off of when we feel like doing it only, then where's the discipline? Where's our foundation? Where is the foundation? Like if I was only making these videos because I felt like it, I wouldn't be making these videos. Because like I will be living life because if I'm really having fun, I just be out there having the fun. And when people just asking me over the internet, yo, how you get to travel, how you get to do everything, I just be like, oh man, it's work hard type shit. Like, no, I'm on here breaking this stuff down step by step with you guys because the shit can change your life and save your life. What's up? Hey. What's up, Amanda? Peace to all the gods in here, by the way, all of you. So I got a couple of movie recommendations and a couple of TV show recommendations, and I would love for you guys to check these out. So this is for my people who have ooh mm, bangers, bangers. All right, check this out. If you have Hulu, if you have Hulu, I would love, love, love for you to check out this show called Lovecraft Country. Nice show. Nice show. It's about, not telling you what it's about, not telling you what it's about, but it involves magic and it's only one season. You may love that or you may hate that. But the most important thing about the show, I'm going to let you determine that. There's some time traveling in there, aka quantum jumping. There's some magic in there. It's entertaining. It has its things going on, and yeah, that was actually a great show. That was one of the first shows I seen. Never mind, wasn't one of the first, but it's definitely one of the good ones. Lovecraft Country. That's on Hulu. Now, if you don't have Hulu but you have Netflix, shout out to the Netflixers. eh, Netflix, y'all can level it up a little bit, but y'all doing what y'all doing. If you have Netflix, there's this show that I would love, love, love for everybody who is entertaining this video right now. If you ever come to watch this video and you literally sat here and watched me talk for 24 minutes, you have to see this show. We're talking about quantum jumping. You have to see this show. This show is called The OA. The THE space letter O letter A. This is a a two. I love how it just gets real windy out here. I moved to Arizona, you guys, and I thought that I was just gonna only be in the sun 24/7. It's been raining every week, but the chaos is beautiful. Anyways, this is a two. This is a two. This is two series, or excuse me, what do they call it? Series. We're gonna call it a series. And the OA is a great ass show. So again, if you have Netflix, check out the OA. I'm not about to spoil it for you, but this show has breaking down pieces of quantum jumping that I have only held to myself. And what's most interesting about this show is my ex girlfriend actually put me on to it, and she knew how I felt about quantum jumping. She knew how I was about quantum jumping. So, she just kind of told me like, "Hey, there's this show I really want you to check out. I loved it years ago. It's on Netflix." I'm like, "All right." So, we binging and we watching the OA. First 3 episodes, I'm like, "Bro, this is just some weird shit. This is just some I could I didn't really resonate with I didn't resonate with the frequency of the show the first couple of episodes. Then I learned they purposely set off the frequency of the show to let you know how it feels, so you can be able to feel the effects of what it's like and notice how it is to be in different dimensions. I'll share this with you about the OA. Dimensions is not when you're shifting through dimensions. We can breathe and shift through dimensions. Just me doing this spin, I may have just shifted. It's not always, and it is at the same time, but it's not always, oh, I was in a new dimension. How do you know? Because the sky was purple and red and green and people were walking backwards. It's not always drastic things. Sometimes the music frequency is a tone higher. Sometimes the colors are a little bit more dull. Sometimes the conversations that you find yourself having with people. I'm personally in my journey, what I'm talking about right now, I've quantum jumped to a reality where people are looking better. The people in this reality for the past month, the people in these dimensions that I've been coming across are attractive. There's some fine people in the world, and I'm not even just talking about like fine girls or fine women, fine social media people. I'm talking about like me just really looking at everybody in my environment. The world is looking attractive. The world is looking like it's on a healing phase. The world is looking like it already passed the healing phase, and now quantum jumped to the realm where people are literally living in their greater good and they don't even know it, but they just doing it. That's how I feel. But anyways, the OA is a great show. The second season is gonna blow your mind. The last three episodes of the second season is pretty much the whole reason why I want you to watch the OA. So if this is 5 years from now and you one of the people watching this week's challenge, and you check out the OA, please comment and let me know how you think. I'll never get tired of talking about that show. I would love, love, love to elaborate on it with a couple of you guys, or anybody for that matter, who is into quantum jumping as much as this show has explained it, because that shit was powerful, powerful, fire. Another movie, or this is the first movie, excuse me. So I got two movies. I gave you guys two shows, and I'm giving you guys two movies. Movie number one. Ooh, ooh. I want to switch it up. Hmm. Movie number one, Harry Potter 3. Harry Potter 3. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. That movie right there, come on. That movie had so many bangers in it that you just have to realize You see, I always knew what a succubus was. I didn't know what to call it, but I always knew what it was. I knew what they were when I was younger. I've seen these things in action when I was young. I've seen a succubus in action. So a succubus was never really a fun topic for me, especially if I didn't even know what to call it. Then I seen Harry Potter. And then when you got to think about it, Harry Potter's came out before the spiritual movement still was. I mean, we've always had spirituality. We've always had it, but the terminology and the culture of it, come on, this is very, very fresh. So a lot of the things that we were experiencing years and years prior, we didn't even know it was so beautiful and spiritual, quote unquote, you know? We just were doing and being these things. Harry Potter depicted succubus all in the movie. Yes. What did they call the succubus? The mentor, the mentors, the mentors. And how Harry saved himself from the Dementors is very, very similar to my life and how I saved myself. I also have a higher self activation meditation and trauma healing therapy meditation that I really, really would love for you guys to try. It's pinned on my TikTok. It's probably gonna stay pinned there for a while. Check it out. When you get the understanding of time and how you can really save yourself, how you can be, how you are your own hero. Whew. Shit is beautiful. The Harry Potter series is a pretty cool series anyways. You can watch that online for free anywhere. So yeah, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Check that out. Check that out this week. Next movie. I'm gonna give you guys a couple movies. I'll give you guys I'm gonna give you a few. I'm gonna give you a few. Let's see. Next movie. Is it Everywhere and Everything at Once? All at once? Or is it Everywhere and Everything all at once? That movie is a banger. That movie is a banger. Ding 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 ding. Shout out to High in the Soul Tribe group chat for putting us on to even watching that, or he put me on to it. And it's fairly new. This just came out a couple of months ago in the year of 2021 or 2022. So yeah, check that out when you guys can. Another movie. Another movie. Yes, you got movies. You got movies on deck. So if you got a date night, if you got somebody that you can vibe with, whether it's the kids, whether it's your lover, whether it's yourself, go ahead and get snuggled up. Y'all hear the rain? I'm about to do my thing over here. Another movie for you guys. Oh man. Let me see. Should I just go down a list? Should I go down a list? Hmm. Oh, I'm not seeing the comment, just seeing these comments. Boom. All right. So another movie for you guys to check out. We're talking about as far as quantum jumping and time traveling. 12 Monkeys. It has Bruce Willis in it. Bruce Willis and um what's the guy who married Angelina Jolie? Brad Pitt. Yeah. Starring Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt. Really, really great movie. Really, really great movie. It's really old as well, and it's a lot of action. But if you can keep up with the messages of what happened to the little boy in the movie, blow your mind. Blow your mind, really, really. And I got a couple of more movies actually, but that is going to be specifically in the group chat. I'll drop that in the group chat, a picture of them written down. And I'll probably actually drop that picture here on YouTube as well. And I'll drop that picture in this series, in these clickables so that you can see that picture. But yes, that is it for week 8, you guys. Week 8 is really, really simple. Week 8 is you breaking down how do you make all these other steps flow. What can you become emotionally involved with? Do you enjoy scripting? How can you enjoy scripting? And do you script? Again, in about 2 weeks, we want to have at least 10 pages of scripts. Because we're going to blow your mind in a couple of weeks with them scripts. We're going to blow your mind in a couple of weeks with them scripts. So if you have any questions about scripting, please comment or shoot me a message if you have access to me at this time. And I look forward to sharing week 9 with you. Week 9, she's different. She's different. You guys remember the fast that we went on? That fast was that fast was cute. Week 9 is different. And we got this. We got this. The thing about quantum jumping is you should never feel bad about doing it alone. I used to feel some type of way because I used to want everybody in my world, or at least the important people to me, I used to want them to quantum jump with me. I used to want them to practice what I practice and, just take advantage of this shit like I am. Then I learned you can't take anyone with you. You just can't. That's the truth. Like, even in the group chat, I can't take anybody in that group chat with me, like literally. I can share just about everything that I'm doing and we can become emotionally involved with each other and see the results with each other and meet each other there, but you can't take anyone. And when you really start to think about it, it kind of sucks because it's like, damn, I can't take my homie. He going through things. All he need to do is just see things differently and be things differently and feel things differently. And his life can be like better than fine, fire, just like mine is. And I can't take him. We can't take the homies. You can't take your mom. You can't take your cat. But you can meet people there. You can meet people there. And that's what I want to do with you guys. I want to meet you guys there. Here's the fire part about it. Because again, like I said, I used to get sad that you couldn't take people with you while you quantum jump. The fire thing about quantum jumping and not being able to take people with you is you're not actually missing them. Because when you begin to quantum jump, when you begin to really change something that's operating in yourself, you change the whole world. Hold on. They said in order to change the world, you have to change yourself. In reality, when you change yourself, you change the whole world that you're even being in. And if you can understand this, what I'm really saying is you can quantum jump to a reality where they are meeting you there. In this particular world, they have this and that going on, and they're not going to meet you there. But in another one, they're asking you all the questions and the steps. They're becoming emotionally involved in this, or they're developing their own understanding of self and awareness and love. And now you find it to where it's like, wow, I don't even need to miss anybody because as I change myself, I'm shifting through different dimensions and whole other planets, whole other Earths. There are multiple Earths. It's not just one Earth. Just like it's not just one dimension. So, don't get discouraged about leaving anybody behind because we all catch up eventually. That's the game here. That's the game here. We're all just on this dance. The universe is dancing, and while it's dancing, it's not only experiencing itself, but it's watching itself. It's observing itself. That's why it's dancing in the first place, because God consciousness is an observer. Now it's giving itself more things to observe, like you and me. So enjoy the dance. Yeah, we out of here, you guys. We out of here. I'm glad I can come on here and chop it up. And I think the next step will be a live as well, just so I can get into to fuller detail of what we'll be doing and how people in the future can, become more involved in this. Sometimes you can watch a 7 second, a 30-second video and go, oh, okay, this is what I'm doing. Sometimes you need to see. I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see it all. You feel me? I don't just want y'all to see when I'm in Egypt. I don't just want y'all to see when I'm underwater or drinking some lime thing with the French. I don't just want y'all to see the. I want you to see the beauty of the mind when it's just dancing in his underwear, or when it's just listening to the rain. What's going on in here that can make me jump to all of these different places, and how I feel in here. Love you guys. Peace to the gods. Enjoy this week again. I'm gonna be dropping a picture or movie suggestions to the actual group chat of the Quantum Jumpers, and then I'll also be dropping a picture of a list of movies and shows written down on YouTube for the people, for the public to see as well. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy that. And if you watch the OA and you finish the OA and you love it, hit me up, because like I said, I got more bangers for you if you checking that one out. I got more bangers for you. It's all love. Thank y'all for joining me. Be present.